Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Abdul Rahman from the A4E NDA 1906081. So today I want to explain about presentation ICE, Accounting Information System, which is part A, question 1. So let's start. So first question is identify and explain what type of fraud kickback is according to the Association of Certified Fraud Examiner. So first is kickback is illegal payment intended as compensation for preferential treatment or any other type of improper services received. Kickbacks are often referred to as type of bribery. Kickbacks can take many different forms. They all feature some sort of collusion between two parties. So for the example, when you bid a job and a job awarded you and you have to pay someone 500 because of you received the award, so that is kickbacks. So let's continue to the second question, which is suggest three internal control for each of preventive control, detective control and corrective control to address kickback as in the case study. So first is preventive control. The first point is segregating the field of work to accountant. This is because there is possibility of fraud and kickback in the calculation made by accountant. For example, they take care of the exit and inflow of money in the company. They can change the statement and take the money without the knowledge of others. This method can avoid kickbacks and fraud because all of the department know what actually happened. So the second point is actively monitor control. Prescribed control review procedure that test accuracy and functionality are very important for any company wishing to conduct business in any market. And third one is assess internal control. To reduce the risk of fraud, existing control procedures should always be reviewed and evaluated efficiently. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Zohkarnain and I want to continue the second internal control, which is corrective control. Okay, number one, send employees to course related to their field so that they are more skilled and can have strong accountability and can avoid mistakes. Number two, employees from all management must send their reports so they can avoid their actions and fraud, and we can trace all action and reports. Number three is upgrade system security in company regularly. By doing this way, we can avoid fraud and kickback. Thirdly is detective control. So number one, surprise cash count. If the cashier does not know when the cash box will be counted, he may be more honest and not trying to lie. Number two, monthly cash reconciliations. It is a good idea to change the individual performing this task from time to time. Therefore, everyone in the department will know the actual number of companies held. Number three is vendor audit. Employees will create fake vendors who charge a small amount by paying significant figures. We will make a list of mentioned vendors, make sure that we state the name of corporate, office address, owner name, ID card number and the number phone. Then call them to make sure of his identify and must check the terms and conditions of the contract to ensure it is in accordance with payment history. So that's all for me and thank you.
Assalamualaikum. So today I will be presenting about the introduction to the need for internal control. What is internal control? Internal control is a process for ensuring the organizational performance and quality standards of an entity, accurate financial statements and compliance with legislation, regulations and policies. Internal process also the process applied to provide fair confidence that the following control priorities are required. To auditors, internal controls are important. The view of the auditor in accompanying the financial statements is focused on the analysis of the processes and the reports used to produce them. The aim of internal control is to accomplish four key objectives, which are safeguarding assets, ensuring the quality and durability of accounting records, and such on.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I will presenting about basic activities in payroll system and purchasing system. So the first one is ordering goods, supplies and services. In expenditure cycle, first we will ordering the goods and give the order to the suppliers, and the procurement from the purchasing department of the suppliers will receive it. Next, receiving goods, supplies and services. The receiving department will determine whether to accept the deliveries from the suppliers. After we make the orders, and the suppliers will make the process and send it to us. And then that is what happened. And then when it is arrived, receiving clerk will compare the PO number on the parcel with the open PO file. Next, paying for goods, supplies and services. Account payable department will make the payment only after the goods or services actually received. The actual payment of invoices is completed by cashier, who reports to the treasurer.
So I will be explaining to the next point, which is threats from the payroll system. So for the first threat from the payroll system is ghost employees. This means that they are the employees who work for the company on an employer's payroll but not directly work for the company. The staff just wrote on the paper that might already dead, but documents still exist on the payroll. Next threat is hour padding. The workers can lie about their attendance and work hours that have actually worked. If they use paper cards or other manual processes, thefts such as fraud will be easier to do. The next threat, for the third threat, is body punching. The word body is quite different here. This means doing something for your body. That is yet another payroll term that shows it forms of fraud. When one employee asks another to clock in for him, body punching happens. For the fourth threat is incorrect classification. It is important for you to differentiate your workers from your contractors and freelancers properly. They are a corporate expense and you should not pay taxes on them. The latter should not be on the payroll. For the last threat is lack of security. This is the greatest challenge that could arise in the payroll system. The corporation will not invest completely on new equipment because the corporation is unable to afford the high costs. Not just that, the firm opted to give each of its workers a single password. Okay, next I will be explaining about the threats from the purchasing system. For the first threat from the purchasing system is inadequate needs analysis. Purchasing is a part of the business. You might purchase more than enough, not enough, or the wrong products and services, ideal cost, all without the value of discounts. Other than that, it will be more complicated. The next threat is poor supply chain management. This problem goes hand in glove with inadequate needs analysis. Managing the supply chain will be difficult if you do not have a standardized open vendor appraisal process along with a similar usable yet fully vetted system for demands, permits, transaction and payments. For the third threat is inefficient contract management. Contracts are viewed by current contracting experts as something more than a straightforward deal to purchase. Contracts are a competitive chance to establish a mutual, advantageous relationship with the manufacturers. For the fourth threat is fraud and corruption. Such threats have often been generated by accessible resources or accidentally inefficiency, whilst some are both deliberate and malicious. Invoice theft, robbery through false record keeping are the basic of threats. And then the last threat from the purchasing system is when the clerk need to check the amount and quantity of goods with its supporting documents to ensure its accuracy. This means that it should be based on a previous experience when choosing the manufacturers, preparing manually to obtain files that are susceptible to further mistakes. There should be a second officer to double check all the invoices, reports, and order made by clerk. That's all for me. Thank you.
So here is 5 of recommendation for payroll system. The first one is search for deductions from his or her wages. A perpetrator rarely goes to the trouble of creating a complete set of benefits enrollments, especially since doing so will reduce the amount of money that they can steal from the employer. Basic controls can avoid opportunities for ghost worker fraud, segregation of authorities and duties, substantive reviews of payroll at multiple levels, and informed management and executive might help. The second one is using rounding hours. Through this way, all the employees may take the times of employees in and out and round those time into nearest 5, 10, and 15 minutes. This means extra 3 minutes will add on their shift, which when added up each shift is costly can be rounded. The third one is create a policy that holds employees accountable. Every employee that joins training should be reminded that they need to sign in only for themselves only and not sign in for others. If they do, they will violate the company law. Other than that, the employees should know the penalties will also be imposed, and not only for those who are signed in by others, but also by those who do the sign-in. Gives every employee their own passwords so they cannot punch on behalf of their friend. It will allow to see a record of who signed in immediately before or after the phantom employee. The company may easily find out who breaking the rules. Next, apply the latest laws and regulations. If the owner failed to pay wages to the employees, may cause risk for overwithholding income tax, underpaying state, unemployment taxes, kissing child support, or incorrectly calculating fringe benefits. The last one is establish electronic security. Your company needs a firewall to protect your computer system and database. Password protection on all computer stations provide further electronic protection. Work with the information technology department or with an independent consultant to upgrade your security and conduct regular checks to ensure the system works properly. Next is recommendation for purchasing system. The first one is big data and growing of information technology. A robust procurement software package will give the tools needed to collect, analyze, transaction data for everything that the company buys and allow to identify usage patterns and other information that make it easier both to develop smarter purchasing strategies and negotiate mutually beneficial contracts with the best suppliers. The second one is reduce or even eliminate rogue spending. By defining and assigning roles for requests, approvals, and purchasing, and make sure the company get the best possible price while paying the vendors on time. Double or triple check documents linking purchase orders to invoices and shipping documents will speed up the entire procure-to-pay process, ensuring that the company do not lose potential gains in value to extra staff hours or additional hires. The third one is provide data analysis. Data analysis can provide insight into new opportunities for sourcing and help ensure both company and suppliers follow to the terms and conditions for existing contracts, while helping the company plan for more favorable terms and conditions when it is time to renew. Next, clear and automate procurement functions. Clear and automate procurement functions, limited catalogs from approved and preferred vendors, and complete transactional information with document cross-checking make it very hard for potential fraudsters to submit a fake invoice or concealed corruption. In addition, the full audit trail available for every transaction and a fully documented approval process increases your protection while making it easier to nip illegal behavior in the bud. The last one is daily report from purchasing department. Daily report from purchasing department on accounting the sequence of pre-numbered purchase requisitions and orders with corresponding delivery packet to make sure all have been purchased and arrived. Delivery report from goods inward clerk on accounting the sequence of delivery dockets with corresponding receiving report document to determine what items have been received and not. Written report on any items received with damages and defects must be provided to purchasing department to contact the suppliers settle the issues. That's it for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today I'm going to present a flowchart for tunas perkasa sendirian perhad. They have 4 column, which is first sales department, second inventory department, third and the last one is account receivable department. So in first, which is sales department, the customer sales order are received by email, phone or over company website. Regardless on how customer order are received, the sales clerk in the sales department, there's only one sales clerk in the company that will be perform a review to ensure complete accuracy before he prepares the invoice in 3 copies. The original and the second copy are forwarded to the inventory control department, and the sales order will be sent directly to the billing department. And the last one, which is sales clerk, will read the remaining document in the file according to the date. Okay, in second control department, they have 2 documents, which is sales invoice, that the inventory control clerk picks the order goods from shelf and then refer the update the inventory control. The inventory control clerk prepare picking ticket and packing slip, and the goods then sent to the warehouse manager for record purpose. And then the both copy of the sale invoice are forwarded to billing department, and the last one is the picking ticket will be filed according to the date.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today I will present about billing department and account receivable department. From inventory control department, 2 copies of sales invoice will be transferred to the billing department, and sales order and sales invoice will be validate sales. Shit. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today I will be presenting about billing department and account receivable department. So from inventory control department, 2 copies of sales invoice will be forwarded to the billing department. In the billing department, cashier will validate the sales invoice with the sales order, and the account manager approves and sign the documents. Then the sales invoice will be sent to the customer for billing purpose, and the sales invoice and the other sales order will be transferred to the account receivable department. The sales invoice will be used to prepare a daily sales summary. The credit sales invoices are posted to the accounts receivable ledger. The daily sales summary will be referred to and posted to the sales journal. And the sales summary together with the sales invoice and any other document on hand will be filed in the account receivable department.